Hello everyone, welcome to Code Speaks. In this video, we'll see what is programming language and how to relate programming language to our daily lives. Is it just a basic understanding of what is programming language for freshers or who are willing to know what is programming language in layman way? Let's start today's session. Right? Let's say programming language. Right? Programming language. Right? What do you mean by, let's say, what do you mean by language? What do you mean by language? Language is nothing but just a communication, right? Language, nothing but communication. Language is nothing but just a communication. Let's say, what is communication? What is communication? For example, candidate A. Let's take a candidate A and candidate B. Or suppose candidate A knows only Telugu language, right? Let's say candidate B only knows English language. If candidate A wants to communicate with candidate B or no, or let's say like this, if candidate A wants to know the name of a candidate B, he will only talk in Telugu language. That he only the only way of to communicate to candidate B, that is only language, right? You know only Telugu language, right? Then he will ask candidate B, what's your name in Telugu language, but candidate B cannot understand what he is talking about because he only knows English language, right? So he cannot communicate what candidate is talking about. So this is known as miscommunication or incommunication, right? In the same way, for example, candidate A and candidate B. Candidate A knows Telugu language. Candidate B knows Telugu language. Then it is easy to communicate what is candidate A speaking can be understood by candidate B, and candidate B is what he is talking he can understand by candidate A. In the same way, talk about another example. Candidate A, candidate B. That is the first scenario. This is second scenario. Let's say second scenario. Candidate A, candidate B. Candidate A only knows Telugu language. Candidate B knows multiple language like Telugu, Hindi, English, Tamil. Let's say. If candidate A wants to communicate with candidate B or knows the information of candidate B, he will try to talk in Telugu language, right? In this candidate B cases, he know already Telugu language, right? He is good at Hindi language and he is good at English language. He is good at Tamil language as well, right? Now candidate is talking something about know something in Telugu language, it, and he is communicating with candidate B. Now candidate B already knows the Telugu language, which means that is capable of understanding what candidate is talking about. Then he can easily reply what candidate A is asking, right? This is known as multiple communication or multiple language communications, right? When we come to the same scenario in programming language, let's say candidate A is let's say candidate is you, and candidate B here is computer language or system, computer. Let's say computer or software. To communicate with two persons, we need a language, whether it may be Telugu or Hindi or English or Tamil. To communicate with computers, we need to know languages like Python. For example, a candidate here knows only Python, but software or computers knows Python, Java, C, C++, or JavaScript, etc. If Python A wants to communicate with computers, he only knows the Python language, right? And system can understand Python programming language, right? Then system able to communicate to person who are good at Python programming language. Now they can easily communicate with each other. This is known as programming language. In the same way, let's take another example. We have Telugu language. Let's say Telugu language. The Telugu language. In Telugu language, we have letters. We have paragraphs. We have sentences, etc. In the same way, programming language has basics, right? What are their basics? They have variables, they have functions, they have data types, they have loops, they have oops, they have file handling, file handling. They have another concept like debugging and etc. To know the Telugu language or to communicate in Telugu language, you have to learn Telugu language. For learning Telugu language, you have to know the letters of Telugu language. You have to know the paragraphs of Telugu language, and then after knowing paragraph, you have to know the sentence of the Telugu language, and you have to know the grammar of Telugu language, right? GRAMMAR, grammar of Telugu language. In the same way, to learn Python or any programming language, not only Python, any programming language, you have to know the basics of the programming language or that particular Python programming language. You have to know what are variables, what are functions, what are data types, what are loops, what are oops, and what are file handling, what are debugging, etc. So this is the main difference between what are programming language and what is programming language. I think this session will help for freshers or anyone who is willing to know that what are different between programming language and what is the main agenda of programming language. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.